Welcome back inside the Scotiabank Saddledome. This is the Flames TV Live pregame show brought to you by Budweiser. It is a short two-game homestand here before the Calgary Flames, before they head right back out on the road once again to finish off the month of February. A busy one for the Flames. We'll get you set for the Flames and Canucks in just a moment, but first let's remind you about the Saddledome Live app and what you can expect from the comfort of your home this evening. All Calgary Flames home games this year, you have the chance to participate in interactive games on the Saddledome Live app. Make sure you open it up, check into the fan game section, and play along tonight and all season long for your chance to win great prizes delivered by Skip the Dishes, simply by checking in with us. And right up until puck drop tonight, you can play along on the Calgary Flames Score 4 predictive game. Correctly predict 4 game scenarios tonight for a chance to win a Calgary Flames jersey. Once again, the game is now live, but only up until puck drop. Check out the Saddledome Live fan games for your chance to win. All right, before we get set for tonight's round number 4 between the Canucks and the Flames, let's look back at the previous 3, all in Vancouver, part of that Flames road trip.
Down low, Monahan, back to Giordano, lets it go, and they score! Just as the penalty was coming to an end, Giordano with the shot, and the Flames have the game's opening goal. Giordano dishes off, one-timer, deflected in off Nate Schmidt. Mangiapane with the shot, and it caromed off Schmidt and into the goal. 4 shots on that power play, but they're still trailing 2-1. Here's Gaudreau behind the defense, he scores! Monahan came out of the box, picked off the puck at his own blue line. 30 seconds to go in the period. Anderson carries in deep. There may be a penalty here for slashing, but it won't matter because Lucic beats Demko to make it 2-1. Gage center shoots the puck in. Demko. Oh, a dangerous play. Loose puck, it's in. Nate Schmidt tried to go up the middle, and the puck ricocheted into the Vancouver goal. To Lindholm, 4 forwards for Calgary. Sharp angle shot, they score! Johnny Gaudreau had it teed up and let fly from a sharp angle. The Flames win it 23 seconds into overtime.
Well, it's a new venue and it's the same opponent. For the 4th straight night, it is the Canucks and the Flames, but it is the last meeting of the season between these two teams until March 31st. So a little bit of a much-needed reprieve between the two teams. And as you see, they'll be wearing the Blasty jersey, will the Calgary Flames, this evening. But let's talk about the previous 3 games. All of them were in Vancouver. The Flames end up winning 2 of them, and they get 4 of a possible 6 points, but definitely did not like their game on Saturday night against the Canucks. That was the lone Canucks win so far in the season series, but a nice bounce back on Monday night, winning in overtime and seeing a lot of good things, particularly in the final 40 minutes that they hope to build on, do the Flames here tonight.
You know, we got to stay hungry. You got to stay relentless. You got to keep plays alive. And when you're reloading and getting back into position hard, you give yourselves a chance to spend more time in the O-zone. And you got to give Vancouver credit for the way they played in those 3 games. They played hard. They're fighting for their lives as well and trying to get wins just like we are. So you expect a hard push from them, and that's what we need to bring here tonight if we want to have success.
So Johnny Gaudreau gets the overtime winner, his 9th goal of the season. That was his 30th career game-winning goal, by the way, for the Calgary Flames. And he also has 6 points in the 5 games so far head-to-head in this series. But let's talk about his offensive production. What a start he's on to begin the season. 16 points in 15 games, and his 9 goals are tied for 5th best in the National Hockey League. But he said this morning there might still be a little bit more there for Johnny to uncover here as the season rolls on.
Personally, I mean, I just feel like I'm getting my chances. I feel like, we've played a little bit more, a little too much in the defensive zone to say this is personally my best start. I think there's a lot of things that we need to clean up. Obviously fortunate, to find the net and make some plays at the right time to obviously help this team win some games. But, I mean, you ask anyone in our lineup if this is the best they've started personally, I don't think anyone would say it would be. There's one player on our team that's probably been playing his best, and that's Markey. And to say anyone else has been playing great otherwise is probably no one would agree with that.
He shoots the puck pretty well, and I think he's just getting better looks. So when you're getting looks inside the scoring area, everybody encourages each other to shoot. So I just, he's getting better looks off rushes and in the offensive zone, and he's shooting the puck.
All right, let's take a look at who to watch tonight, and it is a pair of defensemen. Calgary native Tyler Myers for the Vancouver Canucks. He's on a mild or modest 2-game point streak, but also leads the Canucks in scoring through the 5 games of this head-to-head series with 2 goals and 2 assists. And for the Calgary Flames, number 4, Rasmus Andersson, coming off maybe his best game of the season. He was sensational for the Flames on Monday night, had a couple of great assists to set up Elias Lindholm and Milan Lucic for their respective goals. He's also logging the most minutes of his career this season, averaging almost 21 minutes a night. By the way, Rasmus Andersson Saturday night, he comes off the first power play unit. Jeff Ward said he wanted to just let him focus on the 5-on-5 play, but it was an opportunity for Juuso Välimäki. The rookie defenseman gets his first crack at running any power play time, and it was the number 1 power play unit. He's looking to build on that experience here tonight.
Just make the right reads. Obviously, I've talked with the coaches about it, and talking with the guys. I think big thing for us right now is just get into the zone. So obviously, be good with the puck in the breakout, and just when there's lanes to shoot the puck. Just make the right reads and play. It's I played power play in my career a lot, and there's great guys to help you with it there. So just play it. Don't think about it too much. Don't make it too complicated. So just play it and use the opportunity.
All right, let's take a look at what you need to know for tonight. One quick more note on Johnny Gaudreau, and why not? Because he's been off to that good of a start. Just 2 games all season that he has not recorded at least a point, and is currently on a 3-game point streak, including the game winner on Monday. How about third periods for the Calgary Flames this season? 4th best in the National Hockey League, +6 in that final frame. They'll look to use that to their advantage and focus on a young defenseman. Connor Mackey played his first 2 NHL games Saturday and Monday, got his first NHL point on Monday night, and of course he's in the spotlight. We had a chance to catch up with him this morning, reflecting back on his first 2 NHL games of his career.
It's a lot of emotions, definitely. I mean, a lot of people reaching out. It's great to feel all the support from family and friends. So yeah, it's great. Felt great getting the first couple of games in my career, and just definitely looking to build off that now.
I don't know what kind of internal timeline you had, but when you signed here with the Calgary Flames, the obvious intent is to play games. And I just wonder, sort of what that was for you to kind of go through the bubble of last year, and then obviously lots of different skates here in the earlier part of this season, but to finally get into a couple must have meant a lot. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it seemed like a long process, from the time I signed way back almost a year ago, and, just the long off season. And then the bubble camp was great coming here, and then going through training camp, and then, first had to wait a little bit the beginning of the season here, but it felt great to step on that ice and play, and yeah, it was just an amazing feeling. Well, it's funny because normally you talk about kind of the nerves and the adjustment of playing a first NHL game, but for you, in a lot of ways, it's more about just playing games, right? I mean, it's been so long. I know there's a couple of guys that have been in that boat where, you haven't had a chance to play meaningful hockey, basically since the stoppage. So, for you, was, part of that, obviously, the NHL debut, but just part of it, just not having those game reps? Yeah, it's hard to replicate the game reps. I mean, you can do all the scrimmages and practices and you want, but it's once you get thrown in the game, and you feel that pressure on forechecks or whatever it is, making those little plays, tight plays up the middle, it's hard to replicate that atmosphere. But yeah, it was good to get a couple in and just get back in that rhythm. Is there anything in terms of when you get 2 games in a row like that, you start to feel maybe a little sense of comfort, but just the idea I belong here and I know kind of what I need to do to stay here? Yeah, just still trying to find a role in this team and doing what I can, but yeah, it definitely gave me confidence being out there for the first 2 games and just get my feet wet. Let's take us through the play that allowed you to get your first NHL point, to a nice forecheck there by Milan Lucic, but just kind of that moment when you realize that you'll pick up a helper on that one. Yeah, it was nice. That whole line was buzzing all game, and Luch made a good track there, hitting the winger, I think, and the puck. I was just on the blue line, puck came to me, and I didn't have a lot, just threw it to the net, missed wide, and then right as he came down, picked it up, made a great play to Luch in the slot there. So, yeah, it felt good to get on the board. How about the conversations with your family and just you said your phone's buzzing. I'm sure it has been for a few days now, but just being able to make that call or get that call after a couple of games and just talk about NHL action.
Yeah, they were all watching, obviously, and it was awesome. I mean, I'm sure they were proud of me and everything, and to debut on Saturday there, Hockey Night in Canada, it was couldn't have been a better storm.
And your dad, Dave, what kind of exchanges did you have with him and talking about games? Is he still offering some advice, or how does that work now?
Yeah, he is. I mean, I'm always asking his opinions on stuff and how I think I played and everything. So he's always got something to say, usually in a positive way. So, all the conversations I have with him are great, and I'm lucky to have him, showing me the way a little bit still.
All right, so the lineups are in officially for tonight's hockey game. Let's go through the starting goaltenders for the Vancouver Canucks. It's Braden Holtby. He started the first game of this season series, but it's been Thatcher Demko every game since. So his first action against Calgary since January the 16th, it was a 3-0 shutout loss. And for Calgary, no surprise, Jacob Markstrom starts his 6th straight game against his former team, and why not? He's 4-1, 1.61 goals against, and a .953 save percentage against the Vancouver Canucks. The only other change to tell you about is Brett Ritchie actually draws in for the Calgary Flames, now listed officially. He was skated in warm-ups alongside Sam Bennett, who moves into the middle to center of that fourth line alongside Ritchie and Joakim Nordstrom. Byron Froese is the healthy scratch for the Calgary Flames, and Nikita Nesterov draws back in on the back end in favor of Connor Mackey tonight. All right, let's remind you about the Calgary Flames Foundation online. Remax 50-50, 121,000 and climbing. This is the winner take all, or at least the winner will get half of that pot, and we have until 10 o'clock tonight to get your tickets. CalgaryFlames.com/50-50, and I believe actually because it's an 8 o'clock start, that's extended to 11 p.m. tonight, so you got an extra hour to grab some tickets and hopefully draw that pot up a little bit closer and climb it a little higher. All right, that does it for the pregame show, brought to you by Budweiser, the Calgary Flames, and Vancouver Canucks. A 4th straight game and the final one until March 31st. Enjoy the game, everyone. We'll be back at the intermissions and the postgame.